Title: The Forgotten Room. In a quiet, unassuming town, there stood an old mansion. It was the kind of place children dared each other to visit, whispering about the strange noises and flickering lights seen through the windows at night. The mansion had been abandoned for years, yet everyone in town knew of its most infamous feature, the Forgotten Room. The story goes that the mansion once belonged to the Van Houten family, a wealthy but secretive clan with a penchant for the occult. The family vanished overnight, leaving everything behind, including a sealed room in the mansion's attic. The townsfolk called it the Forgotten Room because no one ever came back after entering it. One rainy evening, a group of 4 friends, Lisa, Mark, Sarah, and Tom, decided to explore the mansion. They were thrill-seekers, always in search of the next adrenaline rush. Lisa had heard the legends of the Forgotten Room and convinced the group that they needed to see it for themselves. Armed with flashlights and a video camera, they ventured into the mansion, laughing off the eerie creaks and groans of the ancient house. As they made their way to the attic, the air grew colder, and an unsettling silence enveloped them. They reached a dusty door at the end of a narrow hallway. It was the door to the Forgotten Room. Mark, the bravest of the group, turned the doorknob, and the door creaked open to reveal darkness so thick it seemed to swallow their flashlight beams. Inside the room, they found a single wooden chair facing a mirror on the far wall. The mirror was cracked and dusty, but something about it drew them in. As they approached, Tom pointed the camera at the mirror, hoping to capture something paranormal. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind them, and their flashlights flickered before going out completely. Panic set in as they fumbled to turn the lights back on. When the beams finally steadied, they saw their reflections in the mirror, but something was off. The reflections didn't move in sync with them. Instead, they stared back with wide, haunting eyes, mimicking expressions of terror that the friends hadn't yet shown. Lisa, trembling, reached out to touch the mirror, and her reflection grinned wickedly. The mirror's surface rippled like water, and before they could react, the reflections stepped out of the glass, surrounding the friends. Each reflection grabbed its counterpart, pulling them into the mirror with an icy grip. The last thing the camera captured was the friends' screams echoing in the room, followed by an eerie silence. The next morning, the townsfolk found the mansion as empty as ever, with no sign of the 4 friends except for the video camera lying in the middle of the Forgotten Room. The footage on the camera was chilling, showing the friends' final moments and the twisted reflections dragging them into the mirror. To this day, the mansion remains abandoned, and the Forgotten Room stays sealed. The townspeople warn others to stay away, for those who enter the room never return. Some say if you listen closely on a quiet night, you can still hear their desperate cries for help, trapped forever in the mirror's reflection.